Well, yesterday, Atletix South Africa launched the ASA Athletix Grand Prix Series. The event seeks to assist local athletes to sharpen their abilities. A massive prize incentive is up for grabs for successful athletes. Now, over the last few years, South Africa has been able to produce world-class athletes who've inspired greatness and have reignited the competitive edge on both track and field. Well, to chat to us about this and what it really means for our local athletes is the South African famous sprinter Hendrick Mokganyetsi, who's been kind enough to give us a few moments of his time this afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much.
Now, Hendrick, this is by far one of the most exciting things in recent history to come out of Atletix South Africa. I think what we're seeing is the first-hand commitment from the federation to really make sure that South Africa keeps up the standard in terms of their athletes. When you heard about the series and what Atletix South Africa would be doing, what were your initial thoughts? What was your initial reaction as someone who's been competing for quite a while and been able to produce great results over the years?
You know, it is an excitement that the athletes, they've been waiting for this moment, that the opportunity must be granted, like overseas Grand Prix. Like, they must start to be the best at home. They must deliver at home. But we just say thumbs up to ASA to get the sponsor at this level. Looking forward the past 2 years, how the athletes were performing at Olympics, at the World Champs, at the junior levels. You look how the program was working to produce the good athletes. So the sponsors also saw the opportunity to play a role, and we really appreciate that.
Now, remember about, say, 15 years ago, there was really this big excitement around South African athletes, and then we went through a bit of a dip. But in recent history, as you say, we've managed to really produce some of the top athletes from this country. What is it that the Federation has gotten right in terms of athletics, making sure that we groom and, you know, equip our athletes to be able to do so well in global competitions?
I think taking break from our time when we were performing to that level, challenges have faced ASA at that time. So the pyramid had to dip to another level. But people around the grounds, the athletes were doing their best, even us who retired, just to make sure that we assist in steering the ship, that ASA must get back to the level, as we are contributing as former athletes, as I'm serving now as Athletes Commission at AGN, Athletics Gauteng North, where I'm working on assisting athletes to make sure that they achieve more than us that we have achieved, and the opportunities are being created. So we just say thanks to ASA, and they still have a long way to go to produce more weight akanis that we need in a pool.
All right, now, so, South African athletes, or South African events rather, they tend to attract a lot of international interest. I mean, we look at events like the Comrades Marathon, the Two Oceans. There generally is a huge global interest in events that South Africa hosts. How important is it for our local guys to constantly prove themselves against global competitors? Because I'm sure in this athletics series, it'll be attracting some of the best athletes in the world. How important is it that our athletes constantly compete against the best of the best in the world? What does that do for their quality, for their ability, and for their talent?
It's a great opportunity, and it will be an exciting event where international athletes will come from Africa, Europe, wherever. That they will come and compete with our athletes at home, so the athletes can get used to that environment of competing with international athletes, not only to meet famous or international athletes at the World Champs or the Olympics, but you build up on your program to international level with these big names that you compete with at home. So it also edges you with the support that the South Africans will come and support you. So it puts you to another level that you must show your talent and also achieve and upset the international athletes that they will be coming. It won't be a walkover. Our athletes are ready. They are very excited, and they want to start and deliver.
All right. Speaking about it being a great opportunity for them to shine, I mean, it's just really the perfect opportunity for them to also be up for selection in terms of the national team. How should athletes really be approaching this series as they warm up to international competition?
As you see, next year it will be Commonwealth. So they all want to be in the team. So that races, those 3 Grand Prix, it also give them an opportunity to shine and to make sure that they are selected, to make sure that they make the qualifying time, that ASA and SASCOC has said that they are in the team and forget other things and focus on athletics. So that's why we will support them, and ASA will support them. All the provinces will support their athletes to achieve their mandate, and the sponsors, they will also play their role in bringing money into athletics. That was not easy. We have struggled gone those days, but we think with the new sponsors that's on table, we still wish more to come to assist our athletes to do more.
At the moment, it's absolute bliss for South African athletes, both on the track and the field as well. What does the future hold? What do you foresee? Can we keep up this great momentum? Can we exceed it? Do you see it slowing down?
The pyramid is going up. Wade has said the pyramid. Akani has said the pyramid. We are having the young ones that are coming, like Monyela, Gift, Jobodan is back in the country. We have the young ones that are coming. So there's still more pool that we are going to pull to show the world that South Africa is talented, Africa is talented. We can also produce the best. In short distance, in middle distance, we can compete against the best in the world.
Okay, just to round it off, I mean, you've got an amazing track record in terms of having been one of South Africa's best sprinters. What are you currently busy with, and how are you helping to add to just the, the talent that we already are seeing in terms of our athletics in the country?
There's too much on my table that I'm working on. I'm coaching at TUT, giving back my experience. As I said, I'm an athletes chairperson for Athletics South and North, where I make sure that the voice of the athletes are taken care of when the board members are making decisions, because athletes are the #1 stakeholders of athletics in the country. So that's my work on a daily basis, to make sure that everyone is given an opportunity to compete at local level, on national level and international level.
All right, fantastic. Hendrick Mokganyetsi, thank you so much for your time.
It's a pleasure.
All right, that is Hendrick Mokganyetsi, one of South Africa's best sprinters. As you've just heard, he's giving back to youngsters in South Africa in the best way he knows how. If I could take you through his profile, it'll take me the entire afternoon. So I'm pretty sure we'll have him back on the show again as we get closer and closer to the ASA Athletix Grand Prix Series.